Hello and welcome everyone. I am Deepali Khetrapal, an NLP practitioner. I am here to discuss with you certain core values which may seem small but play an important role in achieving success in life. Do hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss upcoming episodes. So, we will be discussing the meaning of these values through various examples and stories and how we can imbibe these values and make them a part of our life. Let's begin with the story. A successful businessman was growing old and he knew it was time to choose a successor to take over the business. Instead of choosing one of his directors or his children, he decided to do something different. He called all the young executives in his company together. He said, "It's time for me to step down and choose the next CEO. I have decided to choose one of you." The young executives were shocked, but the boss continued, "I am going to give each one of you a seed today. One very special seed. I want you to plant the seed, water it, and come back here 1 year from today with what you have grown from the seed I have given you. I will then judge the plants that you bring, and the one I choose will be the next CEO." One man named Jim was there that day, and he, like the others, received a seed. He went home and excitedly told his wife the story. She helped him get a pot, soil, and compost, and he planted the seed. Every day he would water it and watch to see if it had grown. After about 3 weeks, some of the other executives began to talk about their seeds and the plants that were beginning to grow. Jim kept checking his seed, but nothing ever grew. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks went by, still nothing. By now, others were talking about their plants, but Jim didn't have a plant and he felt like a failure. 6 months went by, still nothing in Jim's pot. He just knew he had killed his seed. Everyone else had trees and tall plants, but he had nothing. Jim didn't say anything to his colleagues. However, he just kept watering and fertilizing the soil. He so wanted the seed to grow. A year finally went by, and all the young executives of the company brought their plans to the CEO for inspection. Jim told his wife that he wasn't going to take an empty pot, but she asked him to be honest about what happened. Jim felt sick to his stomach. It was going to be the most embarrassing moment of his life, but he knew his wife was right. He took his empty pot to the boardroom. When Jim arrived, he was amazed at the variety of plants grown by the other executives. They were beautiful, in all shapes and sizes. Jim put his empty pot on the floor, and many of his colleagues laughed and a few felt sorry for him. When the CEO arrived, he surveyed the room and greeted his young executives. Jim just tried to hide in the back. "My, what great plants, trees, and flowers you have grown," said the CEO. "Today, one of you will be appointed the next CEO." All of a sudden, the CEO spotted Jim at the back of the room with his empty pot. He ordered the financial director to bring him to the front. Jim was terrified. He thought, "The CEO knows I am a failure. Maybe he will have me fired." When Jim got to the front, the CEO asked him what had happened to his seed. Jim told him the whole story. The CEO asked everyone to sit down except Jim. He looked at him and then announced to the young executives, "Behold your next Chief Executive Officer. His name is Jim." Jim couldn't believe it. Jim couldn't even grow his seed. How could he be the new CEO? The others said. Then the CEO said, "1 year ago today, I gave everyone in this room a seed. I told you to take the seed, plant it, water it, and bring it back to me today. But I gave you all boiled seeds. They were dead. It was not possible for them to grow. All of you except Jim have brought me trees and plants and flowers. When you found that the seed would not grow, you substituted another seed for the one I gave you. Jim was the only one with courage, honesty, and sincerity to bring me a pot with a seed in it. Therefore, he is the one who will be the new Chief Executive Officer." Sincerity means being honest and straightforward without any pretense, misrepresentations, or deceit. Being a sincere person can refer to how you interact with others, but ultimately, sincerity must begin within yourself. Learning to recognize your thoughts and feelings can help you become a more genuine person, which in turn can help you become more sincere in your dealings with others. No other formula exists for sincerity other than to be genuine, have faith and trust in yourself, and that you do not try to project someone other than yourself. How to be a sincere person? Act the same way in the presence of others as you do when alone. This is the real you, and this is the person that people will warm to and trust. If you try too hard to be what you think how other people want to see in you, the result will not be sincere. You will spend a lot of time projecting a persona that is not a real part of yourself. That is not only hard work, but is ultimately insincere. Beware of pretending to be sincere. False sincerity is easily detected. Do things out of goodness of your heart. Don't seek a reward or do things to acquire things from people. When you give without expecting anything in return, giving becomes an act of sincerity and an expression of your genuine concern for and interest in others. Don't do it or say it unless what you say or do is part of your belief system. If you're placed in a situation that requires you to offer compliments or to express your opinions and tastes, only choose the truths. This will help you to speak genuinely and from the heart. Use positive affirmations. Always seek the good in you, in others, and in situations. When negative connotations arise, use your positive affirmations to override the negatives and to try to find the positive aspects in any situation. Always seek the good in you, in others, and in situations. When negative connotations arise, use your positive affirmations to override the negatives and to try to find the positive aspect in any situation. Sincerity thrives on efforts to think the right way. Be hospitable and avoid material neediness. Sincerity is advanced when you're open to having others in your life and when you do not feel a need to compare yourself with what others have and what you do not. Material neediness destroys the ability to be sincere because your focus is always on protecting your possessions and aiming to accumulate more instead of looking outwards into the human community around you and perceiving the ways in which you can add substance to it through the goodness of your heart. And lastly, smile. A genuine smile speaks volumes to others about your sincerity regarding genuine intent and feelings. Smile. A genuine smile speaks volumes to others about your sincerity regarding genuine intent and feelings. Sincerity prepares the mind for other virtues also. It enables other values to grow strong and grow fast. It wins hearts of others and enables a person to be nearer to God. This virtue is a fast friend of honesty, integrity, truthfulness, simplicity, and clean-heartedness. Here's the thing about sincerity. You can't fake it. No one can tell you how to become sincere. So, let sincerity in our mind be cultivated earnestly and enthusiastically because sincerity makes the very least person to be of more value than the most talented hypocrite. This is your friend Deepali Khetrapal signing off. Stay tuned, keep smiling. God bless.